Where did your passion come from?
Okay, well, that's a interesting personal question. I think it is something that happened to me. I was essentially a pro-life activist who was lobbying the government on the abortion issue, and I was getting very tired with that activism and needing a break. And I thought, well, I needed to go to Europe to, as most people, young people were wanting to go see the world, and so I planned to take a trip to Europe. And that trip, things kept falling through. I kept having problems. My passport couldn't be organized, and I got sick, and there was always an obstruction that was not making it happen. And so then I started doing some part-time work and computer programming, and then while I was computer programming, I ended up getting eye strain so that I couldn't computer program anymore. So then I was incredibly frustrated because my trip to Europe was not working out, and I had problems with my health, and now I couldn't work because my eye strain was such that I couldn't see the computer screen anymore. So I went for a walk and I said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Just tell me anywhere in the world you want me to go. And then that evening I got a phone call from my sister. Had been abandoned by a traveling companion in Israel, and she said, please come over here. So I then took that as the Lord, and I caught the first plane to Tel Aviv. So then having arrived there, I was, just everywhere I looked, I seemed to see things that were fulfilling biblical prophecy, but I didn't have a framework like what I'm talking about now as to how it all fit together. I was struggling with this, and as I was traveling around, I was reading it on the bus, and I kept also meeting interesting people that were telling their stories, and these stories were not normal. They wouldn't fit in with what you would expect unless there was some fulfillment of prophecy. While I was there, I then discovered that my relatives, who I thought had been exterminated in the Holocaust, had actually survived. So I was able to meet up with them again. One of them had their home destroyed by a rocket in the Gulf War, and I was able to give them back some family photographs that had been destroyed by that rocket. So I kind of I think it was an involuntary conscription, but I think that I was not just persuaded by my experience. I had to then go back and study the Bible for about 2 years. And this is and made notes on what I was seeing, because I had to see, well, how does it all connect? And this is what I'm putting in here. It doesn't cover all of the themes that I've looked at, but I think that this addresses these questions.